and welcome back to my channel. I'm Ariel from Ariel Madeline, and if you are new here, I make knitting, crocheting, and sewing videos. If you are returning, I am not in my typical sewing and knitting space. We are actually having some work done on our home, so we are staying with our in-laws, which has been such a blessing. They've been really gracious to let me do this here in their house. And just, take care of my daughter while I sit here and hang out with all of you. Today for our video, I wanted to just sit down, knit, and just kind of catch up on the things that I've been working on / finishing up, and also future projects in mind for the end of the year. First off, what I am working on today is a Sailor Swift top by Kutovakika. This is my second time making this pattern, but this time, instead of doing it striped, I will be making it in a solid color. Right now I'm working on the body, so it's kind of the perfect time to sit down and just chat or even just watch something, because it's just mindless stockinette over and over again. And I am expecting to finish this up pretty soon here. It's a really nice pattern. It works up pretty quickly, and especially my second time making it, I feel like I'm not having to check the pattern as much. It kind of just flows, so I've been really enjoying working on this, and I'm excited to wear it because I have been pushing myself to make more summer pieces. I think my crocheting and knitting and sewing mojo really diminishes when it gets hot. You'll probably be hearing screaming in the background. My daughter, she plays rough, so just sorry about that. If you hear that, that is just the sound of a child being joyous. So I tend to have a hard time in the summer with my creativity because I feel like the things that I make are really limited to like tank tops, things that are not too warm, because then I'm not gonna wear them. And once I make something, I will literally wear it for the next month, like over and over again, just because I'm so happy with the finished product. So when it's summertime and I can't necessarily wear the thing that I'm working on or finished, it's a real bummer. So I am forcing myself to knit more tank tops and set aside the sweater patterns that I have in mind, just for a little bit a ways out, because last summer I was knitting a sweater that I wasn't able to wear until about December, so that I did not like that. So another summer project that I made was a swimsuit cover up, and I did post a short on here and a bit on my Instagram and TikTok about it. It was a fun campaign that I got to do with Hobby Yarn, and that was really cool. And I was just excited because a swimsuit cover was on my radar for a while. So I ended up picking a pattern by Lakeside Loops, and that one was really fun. That also worked up really quick. I have to say, with summer projects, I feel like since they use less yarn and the fabric's a little bit more lightweight, they do tend to finish up pretty quick, but I just really love cozy weather. So I think I am more inspired by making sweaters and like with sewing, like layering and all that. So I definitely feel like I'm more inspired then, but yeah, I've just been trying to like get through the summer, get through the heat. For sewing projects that I've made, I did just make this little vest here, and I have been enjoying wearing it because I just used some leftover cotton yarn that I had, as well as some, not yarn, I had some leftover cotton material in my stash, and I just really got the itch to sew something. So I went ahead and made this little vest pattern. The fabric on the outside is special because it was from my great-grandmother's fabric stash that I inherited, but then the inside is just a cotton woven material that I just had a little bit extra from a past project. So I made this, so I really like it because it's very lightweight, so it's easy to layer on tank tops and dresses and whatnot. But I do have quite a few projects in mind already for fall and winter that, yeah, I'm excited to just share on here. Something that I don't really post a lot on my channel is that I really love costuming. I love making costumes, extravagant dresses, and just, you know, time period pieces and all that. I love it. I think that a lot of my joy when I watch movies and shows is looking at the costumes, thinking about like what thought process the costume designer went through on how they dress a certain character, and just the design elements that go into costuming for movies and TV. I love that. And so whenever I get the chance, I do love to make some costuming. It's definitely not my main thing that I do, but every once in a while I'll have a project that I will just love to bring to life. The most recent costuming project that I did, my friend had a Bridgerton watch party, and she wanted everyone to dress up. So I made an impromptu Bridgerton dress, and I'll insert a picture of it here, but that was really fun. I actually made it out of a bed sheet that I thrifted from a local thrift store, and yeah, it came together really quickly. It definitely is nowhere close to even being like an accurate time period piece, but I really just kind of took the elements of the dresses in Bridgerton and used a lot of elastic. So that project used no zippers or anything too complicated. I just kind of threw it together quickly because I knew I wanted to make something, but then the release of the 3rd season was coming up pretty fast. So I just kind of did it I think I did it in less than 10 hours. So really proud of that, but if I were to make it again, I would definitely add in a little bit more detailing than I did. A future costuming project that I'm really excited about, and let me know if you want to see a step-by-step process of how I make my costumes. I am in a position where I get to go to a medieval themed event, and I really am excited to make my outfit for that. And I already bought my fabric, so I was just really excited and I got really inspired, but I would love to film a video and process of how I am gonna make this medieval themed dress. So if you're interested in that, let me know in the comments. But that is a future project. I wanna say maybe August I'll start it. But yeah, just some things in mind that I'm just getting really excited about to make and share. This will probably be my last summer knitting project. I just can't help it. I just need to start a sweater. I know I said earlier that I'm trying to put it off, but I saw the Oatmeal sweater pattern by Veronica here on YouTube, and I've never done a cable sweater, so I am really interested in trying one out. So I bought the pattern and I got the yarn for it. However, I am a visual learner, so if I am doing a new knitting project or something just I've never done before, I typically like a tutorial where I can see someone making it as well as following along the written pattern. She is really great about posting a pattern and then recording a video tutorial and posting it on her channel. This is like the last pattern she uploaded, and in my brain I thought that I had seen a video tutorial on her channel for it, but I was wrong. And so now I read through the pattern and I'm like, I have no idea what charting means and all that goodness with cables. So it will be interesting. I might have to wait and see when she puts out a tutorial for the Oatmeal sweater. but I also might just give it a try and see if I can figure it out with the written pattern. I'm not typically a pattern person. I am for knitting just because I started knitting about a year ago and it's been going really well. Or no, it's been like a year and a half. Wow, this year's going by fast. So for knitting, I do follow patterns because I'm just really new to it, so I don't understand necessarily all the like design techniques and things like that. So I'll follow that, but for like crocheting and for sewing, I tend to kind of just go with the flow and make my own patterns. Or if I have like an inspiration picture, I will just try my best to mimic it, you know, as best as I can. And that I think is one of my favorite things about the process of making my own clothes, is figuring out like from scratch, from, you know, paper design to paper pattern to actually wearing the garment. That is like what I love the most about creating. So yeah, let me know what your favorite form of creating is, whether it be knitting or crocheting or sewing, or even like, you know, needlework, embroidery, that kind of thing. Let me know down below. I'd love to know what everyone's working on. Yeah, I think I feel like, oh my gosh, I'm so much better at like knitting now. I think in the beginning I was really frustrated with how slow I was with just making like a little beanie. And now I'm like, yeah, I'm going really fast, and then I'll be sitting here for like an hour and I'll only have like a couple of rows in. So I don't know, there are some days where I feel like I'm fast, and then there's some days where I just feel like my brain is not computing what I'm doing. So it's day to day, but yeah, so let's get into some of my finished pieces. Back in March, as you can tell, I'm a very big fan of Kutovakika here on YouTube. And I did finish, actually, yeah, I have like a couple of her patterns lined up for this year, and I finished patterns. Like, I think my beginning stages of learning knitting, I did a lot of my favorite things, knit wear, I think that's the full name, and then also I went through a phase of doing a lot of petite knit patterns, and this year I feel like I am loving all of Veronica's patterns. So first knit project of the year, I finished the Sailor Swift top, and this was during one of her knit along campaigns back in March. So as you can see, the original pattern has stripes. The tank top I'm working on now, I'm just doing it solid. I really like the fit of it. It's just like a really nice high neck tank top with a little ribbed bottom, but I like the fit, and I just want more tank tops for this summer. So this was like a really good final project for knitting, at least for summer projects. And then for crocheting, I did make this swimsuit cover up. It was really fun to make. Really loved the process of doing it. Again, this one was by Lakeside Loops, and she also has a video tutorial on how to make this this swimsuit cover up. Again, I just really love, if I am wearing a tank top, I like it to be like a high neckline. So yeah, those were my finished projects for this year. I did post a tutorial for a Valentine's granny square sweater vest. That was filmed back in like January in preparation for Valentine's Day, and then when Valentine's Day came, I got so sick, and you can kind of hear it in my voiceover. My voice was very raspy. I got so sick, and it just totally like killed my mojo of posting videos. And so I just held on to that clearly for a long time, because now we're in July, end of July. And I was going to refilm it and re-voiceover, but after a while I went back and rewatched what I had already, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna post this. It's fine how it is. I just need to post it and like move on. And clearly, I mean, my hair was so different in that video. I had like bangs and it was like dark brown, and now it's like more my natural color, and my bangs are grown out. But yeah, I just wanted to start showing what I'm working on now and not try to like backtrack. So that's why I posted a Valentine's crocheting tutorial in July, but yeah, maybe next year I'll be more on my timeline, and hopefully illness does not stop that process. But yeah, those were just kind of catching up with what I've been working on. I'll insert also a couple other pictures of things that I've made this year. Yeah, I've just been really enjoying the journey. I'm about done with my schooling that I had started when I started this channel, which was about, yeah, when I finish school, it'll be 2 years. And I have loved this course that I'm taking on dressmaking and sewing. I learned a lot on my own when I was a senior. Sewing was something that I kind of started doing in high school. I was definitely interested in it. I did a lot of alterations to clothing that I already had. And then what really kind of kicked it off for me was I made my own prom dress when I was in high school, and that was from scratch. So that was just kind of it for me. I was like, I want to do this forever. I love it so much. And so then that kind of started my journey of like going to fashion school and, you know, doing different courses and learning different techniques for sewing. So I'm about done with the program that I'm in currently, which was a 2-year program. And I see such a difference in the way that I sew. Before, I think that when I would finish a garment, the technique to make it look really neat and sturdy at the end was just not there. And now, with having learned a lot of different techniques over the last 1.5 years, I just think like in the ways that I'm like finishing pieces, there's definitely a professional look at the end of it that I'm really happy with. And I think that's what also has driven me to make more costuming, because when you're buying materials like for gowns and costumes, they are a bit pricey. So I would not want to buy expensive fabrics because I didn't want the end result to not look really nice. So now that I have kind of those tools to really like finish a hem well and finish a neckline and have it look really good and presentable, I've been super inspired to just keep that going. So yeah, I mean, future projects, I will be making that medieval inspired gown, and then also I'll show you my yarn that I have ready for the oatmeal sweater I'll be making. I try to only knit one project at a time or crochet one project at a time, because I will really get it'll get out of hand. I will have a million things going at once. So if I start something, I try to finish it before making the next thing. However, with this sweater, I just couldn't help it. I started making a swatch because I just love this yarn. Typically I won't go for an acrylic, but I was in, where was I? I was in Joann's, and I saw this heathered beige, like brown acrylic yarn in it's called Big Twist. This yarn, when I saw it, it was exactly what I had in mind for the sweater color and texture. So I just wanted something like really rugged looking. So yeah, I went ahead and picked this up. I hope it'll, you know, stand the test of time. I know with acrylic yarns, they tend to pill really easy. So that's why if I'm making a sweater and it's gonna take me a long time, I'll try to use like natural fibers because they last longer. But we'll see how this goes. I've heard, you know, different things. I've heard that acrylic yarn is really good now, and some people say they have, you know, not a fun time with it. But this has been working out pretty good, and I feel like the stitches are, it looks really nice. Yeah, I couldn't help starting just a little swatch to see how it was gonna work up in like a fabric form. Because sometimes you'll get a yarn and it'll have like, you know, different coloring or a twist of different colors together. And it just, sometimes it'll look so different once it's actually, knit it into a swatch. So, but I'm really happy with this. This is exactly the rustic type of fabric I'm looking for that sweater. Because the sweater is really a kind of oversized, chunky cable sweater, I wanted it to kind of just feel like cozy and rustic. So yeah, I'm really excited to start that. Once this is off the needles and blocked, I will literally start that because I am really excited for fall. I am 100% a fall girly. I love it so much. We don't really get much of a fall here, but I try to pretend, and I'll struggle through the warm season with my pumpkin spice latte. I'm very basic in that regard, but I don't care. Another fun thing that I've purchased is a crafting light. At night, I like to knit and crochet in bed, and I'll watch TV. But my husband likes, when we're watching TV, to have like all the lights off because he doesn't like the light glare on the screen. So I would kind of just make him not, like I would just keep my light on anyway, even though, but then there'll be some shows where it's like really dark, so you have to kind of turn the light off, otherwise you can't see the TV. But I just got this light off of Amazon, and it was only like $10, and it is really cool. I used it the other night. It just sits around your neck, and then you turn on the light, and you can have one or both on, and it just sits here, and it's perfect. Like we used it last night when we watched the next episode of House of Dragon. We've been watching that together on Sundays, and it was nice. Like it wasn't shining on the TV. It's like pointed down, and it's right where like my hands rest. So wonderful. I just wanted to share that because yeah, this is like perfect if you like to craft at night in bed, but you don't want a million lights on. This is great. It also doesn't run on batteries. I try to stay away from things that run on batteries because I'll forget to change them, or you know, they just die and it's like the most inconvenient time. But this one actually has a little cord that it comes with, and you just charge it up. So love this. I'll have this link down below if you're interested in it. And oh, I also kind of just decided I was going to purchase a, what is it called? Like the detachable cable and knitting needle sets. I've bought a lot of knitting needles and have a lot of different needle sizes with different like cable sizes, but I just found that every time I buy a pattern, it will just need a new needle with a new cable size, and I just wanted to be able to start a project without having to figure out, okay, where am I going to buy the needle from? Oh, the store doesn't have it, so I have to order it online. So I didn't splurge. I know that you really can go crazy when it comes to interchangeable needles. This one was just from Hobby Lobby, and it was like $22. So really affordable for an interchangeable set, because online I've done some research and there's like bamboo needles, there's metal needles. I typically prefer metal needles, and I don't mind the clicking sound that it makes when you knit, and I just like that the stitches slide a little easier than bamboo. But this is just plastic. I just wanted to see what it would be like, and so far I like them. Actually, the swatch that I'm working on is a interchangeable, so I like it. I think they're super convenient. If you have a favorite set that you've purchased and you have really enjoyed, that you feel like they are lasting you a long time, let me know down below, because I think I was just too scared to spend the hundreds of dollars that you can on these, buying nice ones without knowing if they were gonna last me. So let me know which ones you like. These I don't expect to last long, or they might, you never know, and I'll let you know how it goes with these ones. But these are just like a cheaper option as a starter. But yeah, I like it. It comes with all the different cable sizes, so really I can make any project that I need to and switch off with those. So I'm excited to use that for the sweater I'll be making. Another thing I started this year was a book club, a crafting book club. I love reading. My friends love reading. I love crafting. Some of my friends liked crafting and some wanted to learn crafting. I decided back in January I wanted to start a book club. I love reading through all of like the fantasy series, love romance novels. And yeah, a lot of my friends like, you know, the same type of books. So I figured it would be really fun for us to just get together once a month, read the book prior to that meeting, and then talk about the book while we all knit and crochet. And now it has been about 7 months of doing that, and it is just so fun because before it would be like hard schedule-wise for us to get together, and it just feels like really nice to have that like catch-up meeting. You know, it's not like a super strict book club, like we don't sit there and talk about the book the entire time. We will, you know, answer a couple questions of like, oh, did we like this book? Do we like this character? And all that kind of stuff. But it's just been really fun to get together and see my friends and all just kind of collectively do something together. I usually am knitting. A lot of my friends crochet. And then, yeah, we just have fun. I try to answer any questions that they might have. So that's been really fun to just kind of hang out and do something together. It's been a while since I've gone to a like meetup for knitting. I used to when I lived closer to my yarn store, but since moving I haven't been able to go as much. So it's been nice to find like a group of people to do that with. And then also my husband recently decided that he wanted to learn how to crochet, so that's been kind of fun to go through the process of teaching him, and just kind of doing something also together. You know, we do a lot of things together, or you know, I'll do my own thing and he'll do his own thing, and we'll be like next to each other watching the same show. But no, it's been really fun to teach him, and a couple other family members have shown an interest, so that's been fun to just kind of hang out with people I love, who are close to me, and teach them something that I love to do and that I've been doing for a long time. Thank you all for watching this video. If you enjoyed these knit and chats, go ahead and give it a like and subscribe if you're not already. There's no real rhyme or reason to what I post. I just kind of feel it and I do it. So if you enjoy that, you can also follow me on Instagram and TikTok, where I post a little bit more frequently than I do on this channel. That is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye!